What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. This was entitled Ways to Fix the Black Family / Community. So I was thinking, solutions, right? So let's do this. I'm gonna give you some solutions. One in particular is first we gotta fix the family. And how do we do that? Well, this is how we do it. Let's just have a family reunion. Start the groundwork to fixing the family. You know, all the elders and all the adults have a sit down. So all of the people who brought the food, who brought everybody together, who brought the drinks, who prepared the food, brought the tents and stuff like that, sit them on one side. All the people who brought paper plates, napkins, plastic cups, plastic forks and spoons, sit them on another side. Then you go this side, who brought all the stuff we need, and we had to actually pay for. Y'all setting the plans for the family. This side, y'all been shortchanging the family for years, and we knew, you was gonna separate yourself because y'all always been in the paper plate, napkin, plastic cup people. You always bought the and ice, can't forget the ice, right? Them they cut off financially. No more, because those are the people that normally bring the family down. Those are the people who mess up everything for everybody else because they're so busy doing them and living YOLO. And I don't care if they elders or adults. They've been draining the family financially for decades. That's always how it's been. So you cut them off. It's just, bam. So now the people who did the real work, you sitting at the table. Sitting at the grown-ups table, right? First things first. You divvy up, who's got what skills. And because it's family reunion, where they live at. And which family members, children, and kids are close, or in that city, or maybe a short trip away. When you find out who has what skills, y'all get y'all internet connections on and stuff like that. And when you do that, you start rotating the children, whether they're young, kids who are just getting into school, or all the way up to the young people that just graduated college, right? And you start hitting them, teaching them, using each productive family member to teach them something, because most family members is a plethora of people doing a plethora of different things. So you teach them, all the other skills that they might not have in the world, or the lessons that their parents couldn't relate to them, or you give them information about different occupations that they might want to go into, or different ways to make money that they don't know of because they're sheltered in they don't have experience because they're not older, for one, but they're sheltered in being able to have access to people who know that knowledge, because the family is everybody's off in their own world. So the productive people stick together, and they rotate. They rotate children, this week you got these kids. This week you rotate, because you divvy up all the kids find out how many you got, you know, and then you rotate them. You know, everybody has a different group a week, you know, teaching them different things. I don't care if it's, you can use the internet if you can't go to their houses, right? I don't care. You teach them all these skills, you know, the things the things that you were young and good at, and maybe didn't was your passion, but you couldn't make it a career, because we got a lot of family members that are really have a great skill set in something that they never could make money at, but they also have what they do make money at. So you switch that up. You know, you like, this is, you know, yes, I'm the piano player in the family. I didn't know that. I thought you was a mechanic. Yeah, I became a mechanic, you know, but you know, I was actually a piano player. That was my thing. So now you got your piano player in the family and your mechanic. So you teach the kids, you know, art and mechanics, right? That type of stuff. Same thing with the lawyers, the doctors, the teachers, you know, the garbage men, you know, the athletes, you know, the mathematicians, the business owners, the entrepreneurs. So those people, you know, the cooks and all that. So you keep switching the kids, giving them more information. That way and then they getting to know their family better. And because you were at the table with the productive people, it's no BS. It's no BS. Like the the unproductive family members, their kids can be involved, but they're not. But like I said, they them as adults, they're financially cut off. Everybody knows they on their side. You know, if they got to get it together, they're gonna get it together on their own. The family been dragging them to try to get it together for years, and they haven't worked. But their kids shouldn't suffer for that. So you do that, and this goes for the elders to the adults, right? So that way, now you're interacting with your family. People, they're learning to socialize with people. They're learning to see how people live differently, how people got from one place to the next. How, you know, some dreams got deferred, some dreams didn't get realized, and some dreams came true. And they're seeing, you know, how people how people adjusted and became winners in life in spite of their situations. And then these kids are seeing, you know, different life, different places, where they would like to live, how they would like to live. You know, different cities have different industries. They're starting to, you know, piece things together, right? Now, then we got the nuclear families, right? The grandparents, parents, grandchildren. So what you do is, when the grandparents is that time, the grandparents make the parents and the children beneficiaries to their life insurance. Because we're talking about the productive people, because the productive people have life insurance. So the parents might be, so the parents have, you know, they have income, they have an inheritance from their parent. But their children have business startup money. You know, it's in the trust, and it's like, look, and it's all the information is told to everybody the same way. You know, everybody knows the plan for everybody, you know. So if you want to start a business, this is your business startup money. This is not your I'm gonna go travel the world money. This is not your I'm gonna get a car and get fly money. This is not your you know, I'm gonna shop and look like I'm balling on Instagram. This is whatever real dream you got. This is your startup money. I don't care what the dream is, but this is your startup money. Now, if you become successful at it, congratulations, you had startup money. If you don't make it, you had that opportunity. Businesses fail. That's just part of life. You can't, you know, but you have the capital to kick it off. You know, that's just one thing. Now, you know, death and all that changes, and even if you have the productive family members that have money, you know, they'll be the ones to say, look, these kids got a dream, an aspiration, and here's their, you know, Here's a 10, 20, $30,000 to start their business. Let's see where it goes. So that way they'll get all the other skills that they need from the family as a collective, but the nuclear family will give them the finances that they need with the productive ones, right? So that helps each family, collectively and individually. Which starts to when people start doing this on a regular basis, because we're getting back to basics, right? Then you got other families doing it, and then thus it builds the community, because you're gonna, even in those aspects, you're gonna have people who have to teach these kids manners and how to carry themselves and act different places, and all the things that people are paying other people to do to help raise their kids because it's so disjointed. You don't have to do that. You just like the co-parenting thing. Unless it's necessary, people gonna have to get rid of family courts. Like I said, unless if it's necessary, if you got like somebody who just don't want to do right, put them people in their life. But if you got somebody that's doing right, no. Between those two parents, you might need to set up you set up a trust, a growing trust where this is the quote unquote amount that needs to be taken care of this kid. This is our agreed upon child support. Whatever is not used, put it away in a savings. It's not just if they need $1,000 a month, you don't spend $1,000 a month on a kid. You're lying. So when you spend $500, because you're working as a team, put it to the side. What is it for? Some people are like, it's a college fund. I look at it, college fund, startup fund, whatever you can. Now you have that also. So you covering you as a nuclear family with kids, whether you're married or not, you have that. So your kids are taken care of by you, and in the event that your parents die, they still have something. So the way it should go at the end of the day is you might cover college, or business fund, and or when a grandparent passes away and y'all got to do the succession and the inheritance comes, then they can use that money for their startup fund. And when people die young, you put it in a trust. When people die older, when the kids are grown, you sit them down and say, okay, this is what it is. Now, and you groom all of the children and young adults to understand, this is what we're going to get back to. This is a not an annual thing, but say triennial. Every 3, maybe 4 or 5 years, we're gonna do this. We're gonna re-up with each other and check it out. And now it's your turn. When you hit a certain age, and you've hit a certain age, and once you've had children or have become a stable adult, now you're part of the group. Whether you have kids or you married or not, you're part of the group. So that's the tradition. Then by the end of it, you should have a group family that phases out the unproductive family and grows a productive family, which grows a productive community. So there you go. I had that idea. It's out there. Peace.